because Jefferson County put their votes
On
in.
the vote fraud.
Gentlemen, we're live.
Michael,
right.
I can't believe you said that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ben Chandler, chair of the State Board of Elections here in Kentucky. This is our final meeting on election day, our 7 o'clock meeting after the polls have closed here in Kentucky. We have all of our members here. I'm not going to introduce everybody this time. You know the characters, I think, by now. In any event, we don't have, I think, a whole lot of business to conduct in this last meeting, but I think we need to hear from our Secretary of State and our Executive Director to see how things are going and what kind of an update that they have before we adjourn.
Well, I don't have much news as of now, other than to say it looks like we pulled this off. Same thing that we did in June that worked so well, working in a bipartisan way, it paid dividends. I think we've actually had fewer problems in this general election than we did in our primary, as well as that went. I'm not aware of any location in the state where there's been any dispute about the closure of the polls at 6 p.m. local time. We do have some lines still at some sites, which is standard practice. Now, that's why we have a law that allows for them to vote if they're in line as of 6. But we've not had any situations where there's been a dispute about closing a poll this time. I'm really proud of that.
It's just a remarkable job, Michael. It really is, and to have pulled this off, something that is truly unprecedented in Kentucky history, really is something else. And I'm just as proud of everybody as I can be. It's been a great job. I guess the lines, we haven't really had many lines either today, have we? And I guess you could say with the lines at the end of the day, of course, you know, all of the people who are in those lines had plenty of other opportunities to cast their vote. So you do the best you can. And, you know, if people want to show up late at the end of the day on the last day, then that's what they do. And sometimes you have to wait in line when you do that.
Sure. We had 19 election days this time. That was extraordinarily generous. But in fairness to those voters, I haven't heard anyone complain about standing in line.
Yeah, and that's wonderful. I think everybody understands that, frankly. I think they understand that if they waited till the end, there's a good chance they would stay in line. So I think they're okay with it. Do we have numbers? Jared, do we have any numbers about the number of people who voted?
Hang on one second. I'm getting them in now.
We're not entirely finished yet if people are still in line.
So what we can do is we can provide you some of the data. Obviously, this will not be final count. We're going to have what's been checked in as of now for the e-poll books, which will be anything that's come in on the database. However, like I said earlier, some Eastern Kentucky counties were not connected, which means that we'll be waiting for them to get back to the home office, and then they'll be uploaded. Hang on one second. I'm texting to get them right now.
One thing I might want to bring up is that I've had some people ask about where they can access results online, and there seems to be some kind of confusion. Can you all answer that, the question of where's the best place to access results online?
elect.ky.gov.
What's that?
elect.ky.gov. So elect.ky.gov, and it's on the main banner.
Has that site been populated already with some returns?
I think we're currently just starting the uploading process with some of the counties now. I'll have to double check with Alan to see if anything's gone live as of yet.
You all are uploading those results at the state board, correct?
Yes.
And you're uploading them
Yeah.
directly from numbers reported by the county clerks.
So that process, the way it works is counties will take the election results from the hardened election machines. They have a thumb drive that is a brand new thumb drive. They take that, they upload that data onto a secure computer that is hardened as well. That computer will then download those files and then upload them to our election night return system. So that way there's no one-to-one connection between our election machines that actually tabulate votes and the election night returns on the internet. Give me 1 second. I have the numbers coming in right now.
Hey, Jared, not to interrupt, but I think I've got them from 10X directly.
I was just trying to do the main count, but go ahead, please.
So this is not final because we do have some folks still in line to vote. But at last count, we had 440,774 voters today voting today. So 440,000. Pardon?
That's the number I just calculated as well. So that is spot on.
So when you add that to our early voting in person numbers, that comes to, again, this is not final, 1,466,560. When you, of course, add that to the absentee total, which we don't have hard yet, we're looking at over 2 million voters, but we just don't have a hard number beyond that yet.
Is this very close to your estimate?
I think right now, so of the 441,000, if we get up to, so I think there's probably 10% of the numbers are missing from some of those eastern counties, and also don't forget there's probably still some counties in the western part of the state that still might be in line. There might also be, it's my understanding that some are not completely shut down in Fayette. So as soon as those numbers start to creep in, I think we'll get closer to about 500,000. Plus the other 20,000 or so from early voting. I think it's going to get about maybe 2,150,000, and I think the original estimate was 2,170,000. So
That's close enough.
That's
I'll wait
pretty
and
close,
see.
Jerry.
But if I was on the prices right, I think I'd be going home with both prizes right now. But I'll wait and see for the final number. Again, all of these are unofficial, and I think it's exciting that voter turnout was so high. We broke records in Kentucky tonight. And I think that's the exciting thing is so many people took advantage of early voting, of voting by absentee, and voting on election day. And I think that's incredibly a laudable thing.
In any event, whatever the number is, it appears that it is a state record. Isn't that correct?
Yes, the state record being in 2016, which was 1,955,000 votes.
Very good. Had a state record under unique circumstances, unlike any we've ever had before, and without a hitch. I just don't know how anybody can say this election has been administered in any other way than a great success.
And the public likes it.
No question about that.
I do. You're right.
Everybody who's been interviewed that I've seen on TV says that they like the options that they've had.
I will say that talking to the clerks today, so most of my day was spent talking to clerks as they were working through problems that they were having. The vast majority of clerks that I spoke to were incredibly happy with how election day ended up coming out. And I think for a lot of them, election day, the idea that 2.2 million people would vote on one day is, I think that is kind of a startling thought when you consider how much work it is just at the total number of 440,000 we currently have right now. So many of the clerks, I think, started this process with, a lot of skepticism, which was appropriate. But as they worked through that, I think they found that for both their offices and the voting electorate, that this process worked and it was effective, and it was a lot of work. I don't think any of them want to do this over again necessarily right now. We've got 18 months off, and I think I'm going to give myself a medically induced nap for about a week or so when the final results come in next.
You deserve one.
You certainly do, Jared.
Thanks.
Jared,
Yes, sir.
how many counties are we not able to get online with the e-poll books? You
All
know,
the counties were able to get online, but some of the counties had dead spots where they're, like you think about Floyd County up in the hills. Most of their spots were tethered to the larger network, but they had a couple of sites that just have poor enough cell service that you just can't get through the system. So what we do is we send Delta files, update files to them remotely so they can start the day with an updated system.
yeah. My question actually was, how many are you not able to get the results, ongoing results daily, like election day? How many e-poll books do you have out there that you have to wait until they bring them back in tonight?
I don't think I can give you an honest
Okay.
answer without making a wild guess, and I just don't want to do that. But I don't think it's that many. So, but I think it's a fair enough amount that I think it'll increase our numbers by, like I said, maybe 10% in total.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there any business that we need to transact before we gavel out?
I would just like to thank Taylor Brown, our general counsel. The staff will be going home in a few minutes. Taylor has said he is going to stay for the rest of the night and wait for returns to come in. I'm so happy that he's volunteered that. So we're very excited for him to do that. Oh, it looks like he's kind of tuning us out right now.
Oh,
The staff will be
tuning you
here on
in.
site. Staff will be here for the next several hours. There's a potential that we could be here past midnight, but we'll be here waiting for the rest of the results, and we'll work with clerks to make sure those get uploaded and so that the public has a full accounting of what this process looked like in an unofficial capacity.
Well, I hope everybody gets a very, very generous break when this is all passed, because everybody deserves it.
Absolutely.
All right. If there isn't anything else, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by member Lewis. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by member Brangers. Thank all of you all very much for a wonderful effort. It's just, you all have been great. And thank you so much. And I will ask you all in favor of adjourning.
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody against it? All right. Eyes win. We adjourn, and I'll look forward to seeing all of you in a couple of weeks. But you guys have done a great job, and thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. If
Thank
any of
you
the
all.
efforts change, I'll
Thanks,
let you know.
everybody.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Secretary. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We appreciate you all so much.
Thanks, everyone.